What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Trinity, and well, we took Exodia to locals, and I gotta say, this deck is a lot of fun. I actually did not think I was gonna do well with it as well as I did. We literally went undefeated and only went into one game, which was round 3. No, round 4. We went into a game 3. That was the only one I went into, and yeah, like. I would recommend giving this deck a shot, you guys. I'll have a deck profile probably within the next day after this video uploaded. But if you're new to the channel, please destroy that like button. Hit that subscribe button for me as well. And hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. And also, I have another channel called Trinity XP where I basically just play video games and we do streaming and stuff like that. I try to upload from there from time to time. If you want to check that out, please do so. It's also a link in the description down below. And yeah, without further ado, guys, let's just go ahead and get into these duels.
Alright, you guys, coming into round 1 against Squeak Claw. Well, I kind of almost started my video a little late. We started off with the Multramy, where every time they normal or special summon from the hand, I get to draw a card, which actually seems very good against this matchup. I was able to have like a hand of like 8 to 9 cards before my turn started. As you can see, we start off with Terraforming, searching the Waju Temple. The most annoying thing was trying to get rid of the Squeak Claw. The Link 3, also due to his continuous spell, being able to not target it with card effects. So we had to find a way to get over that, which wouldn't be too hard. We have our Millennium Shield and the Senjin. We're going to search out another Millennium Ankh. Just getting Millennium Ankh is just too consistent, especially with the Blue Eyes card. You're practically always going to see Blue Eyes in your hand. There was not one point during this entire tournament, or I guess locals, where I never had to pay 2,000 life points to activate any of my guys' effects. So of course we link to into the Nightmare Phoenix, pitching a card to destroy the continuous spell, which was the one problem why we couldn't get rid of the Squeak Claw monster to begin with. Then we Pot of Prosperity for 3 here. Pretty much just trying to dig for an easier answer to this Squeak Claw. We grabbed the Super Poly, even though I couldn't really Super Poly anything away, but it was good for like a follow-up because I don't believe I was going to kill him on this turn. So now we link away into SP Little Knight because I had to use the SP Little Knight to get rid of him. And then we Millennium Ankh, revealing all the pieces of Exodia, putting away our SP Little Knight back into the deck, summoning our Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. The only thing that sucked was like he has the Squeak Claw monster where if I attack it negates my monster's effects, so I wouldn't get any of my attack. And then also I really needed my I needed to be able to set my spell and trap card during the end phase. So we just proceeded to just set 4 cards and then go Exodia effect during the end phase to set like the Exod trap to destroy all the field. The only reason you see me activate Impermanence right there, I thought he was pointing towards his monster to do the effect, but it was the field spell. So I just straight up used Exodia to negate the effect of the field spell. He links into I can't even see what that is. I think it's a new version of the new Link 3. I summon a statue just so if he performs another Link summon, I can just negate the summon. We Imperm the Link 3, and then we Exodia obliterate everything. Special summons Fenrir, and then we use Angel Statue to negate the summon of the Fenrir. And then we were able to use Exodia at the end phase to set an Obliterate card, which we then activated so we could equip him with every piece of Exodia, and then we swung for 17,000. On to game 2, of course. I start off with Shifter. He actually had Called By for it. And then once he searched, I resolved my Droll and Lockbird in hand, which almost pretty much just sealed the deal on his turn because he just sat there with 1 card. And then I proceeded to my turn with Millennium Shield. Adding another Ankh by revealing an Ankh because I just always had one. We made Exodia. We swung for 7,500 damage. And then I set the Exod trap. He draws for turn. Special summons Griffin Rider, activates field spell. I use Exodia to negate the field spell, and then he, I believe, just scooped from there. Yeah, and then on to round 2 against Tempai. I actually lost the dice roll. I actually lost the dice roll for the round 1, in case y'all were wondering. So I had to go first. We start off with Heart of the Blue Eyes to search for Millennium Ankh. Statue, we get Golem, sorry, and to get the Mimical Room. And then I believe I just activate Millennium Ankh here because I didn't really have any monsters from my hand to place on the field, so we just use Millennium Ankh to make Exodia. Activate Secret Village of the Spellcaster, setting a card, and then setting Exod the Blaze, and then we just proceed to actually just scoop to game 2 because he just could not get over the secret village of the spellcasters because, you know, the board breakers, they only have dragons in their deck, so they are not going to be using any board breakers to be able to destroy my field. And then on to game 2, I kind of decided to go second because I kind of caught on to that he was playing Tempai a little late, so I kind of decided like I was going to go second. But I should have figured when I was going first game 1, I should have been thinking, because I put in like dark holes and things like that, and I took out my secret village of the spellcasters, which wasn't that bad. We link into the Silhouette Rabbit, setting our statue, play our Millennium Ankh to summon the unstoppable incarnate of Exodia, and then we proceed to set the Obliterate Blaze. No, not the Obliterate Blaze. I can't. The Exod trap. I don't know why I can't. I think it's just Rage. We just set Rage, and then I was letting my opponent know what the Blue Eyes card does from the grave, just letting him know all the types of interactions so it doesn't... So we go Lightning Storm for the back row, we negate it with Exodia, we go Pydra, we summon Statue, just so if he tries to perform a Synchro Summon, we're just going to negate the summon. This Angel Statue is absolutely insane for... This is the Silhouette Rabbit. I cannot believe how crazy this card is. So we go Singen, because I activated Jewel and Lockbird after the search. So then we summon the Genroku, and then once the Genroku comes out, I activate Rage to just destroy the entire field. And then there was no reason to activate Genroku because whatever's going to come out is just going to get destroyed. We pass to my turn, we set Obliterate Blaze, and then once my turn starts, we activate Obliterate Blaze to equip him with every piece of Exodia, yet once again, and swing for 17,000. And that's round 3, dueling against my friend Ronald. I had to get my revenge for Sunday for playing Heroes. So, of course, we get to go... I think I actually won the dice roll for this one, actually, because I'm going first. We go Heart of the Blue Eyes to get the Millennium Ankh. Then we Pot of Prosperity. I didn't get to the Secret Village of the Spellcasters. We get our Mimigo Room. We get a monster. And then we go Silhouette Rabbit to set our Angel Statue. And then we activate Millennium Ankh, shuffling our Rabbit back, and then special summoning Exodia, setting a card, and then using to set Rage. Now Ron starts off with Skull Sarcophagus, and I activate Statue just to get the statue out. Then we get the Mercurier to add a card. I really wasn't trying to, like, I know the kind of cards that Ron plays, so I'm really trying to avoid using my Exodia and my Ash Blossom in my hand as much as possible, because I'm like, I know he plays Thrust, I know he plays Talents, I know he plays all these cards that interact with the opponent because he doesn't play any hand traps. He's looking forward to just breaking the board with me trying to interact with him. So that's why I'm trying to use all my spells and traps as much as possible. He proceeds to using like 2 Lure of Darknesses, summoning, and then searching for, I think dumping a card, I think. Yeah, dumping a... oh my gosh, I can't remember what her name is right now. I think the only time so once this card comes out, he tries to fusion summon, and I use Fires of Rage to destroy the field, and he said he had no legal fusion targets to make. And then we activate Foolish Burial. I was really tempted to Ash it, but we just held it as long as we could. And then once he tried to target something with a Bestial to summon, I just called by the grave the target, and then we just had to proceed to game 2. And then, let's see. Oh, we're still siding here a little bit. But yeah, I'm so glad I called it. I'm just glad I still had like 2 more types of interaction with him, because I was like, man, I still have this Ash Blossom, I still have this Exodia, but he did have Thrust the entire time. So I was like, man, I'm really glad I just did not activate any of my monster effects at all. Alright, getting this game going, of course, Ron's going to start first, activating the 1 Albaz Dragon 1, where he pitches a card to draw a card. Aluber to search Brain of Fusion. Cartesia is on the... I think that's Cartesia. I can't remember. I always forget their names and get them mixed up. Go for Brain of Fusion. I had no types of interaction with Ron. He's just, cooking with his branded deck as usual. I love this version that he's playing, where he actually can just choose between either Synchro Summoning or Fusion Summoning. But if you don't use Branded Fusion and you still fuse with all your other monster effects, you still get to just, Synchro Summon. But due to the fact that now Branded Fusion is hit to 1, kind of just adapting to, like, I'm pretty sure he likes this deck a lot better with being able to synchro summon as well. I've kind of always liked it. It just seems like kind of a cool concept where I was like, it did seem kind of rough where you could only synchro summon, but then you couldn't be able to fusion summon. He was saying to me that like Brand of Fusion was just too powerful, and it just felt like it was a lot better card to resolve because you had 3 of it. But now, as you can see, we sphere moded the board, which he was perfectly fine with because a lot of his cards are still alive. But then I just Dark Hole the rest of it. Just having the 2-card combo with spheres and Dark Hole is pretty good. I still had to try to bait that counter trap he had. He imperms the statue just because his main interaction was stopping Millennium Ankh, and statue allows Millennium Ankh to not to be negated. But of course, its effect to me getting, Mimigo Room resolved because it resolves as a spell, but he just had to imperm it once it hit the board just so he has a chance to negate the Millennium Ankh. But then we use Phoenix to get rid of the spell and trap card. We set a Silhouette Rabbit just to get it there, but Exodia was able to swing for 8k, and that was the game. On to round 4 against Runic Ice Barrier. We start off the duel with activating Shifter, then using Heart of the Blue Eyes to search our Millennium Ankh, and then we just straight up just go Millennium Ankh and summon the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate, setting a card and setting Rage, and then just passing. So pretty much, this is actually probably the worst matchup for the entire game. Starts with Rune Destruction targeting the Rage. We just negate it with Exodia. But then Exodia got took with Triple Tactics Talents, then summoned an Ice Barrier to summon a SP Little Knight. Surprisingly enough, targeted the Super Polymerization and not the Rage. And then proceeded to my turn where we go Shield, getting a Ankh. And then, because we already had like the second Ankh in our hand, so now we had 2 copies. Obviously shuffling everything back, summoning the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate, not activating any effects. We just proceed to swing with Exodia. And then we just passed after that, while setting the Obliterate Blaze, which destroys all spells and traps, essentially. And then, yeah, we pretty much just set a card and pass. And then, well, we just set the card, obviously. And then we go Flashing Fire to summon, getting a Runic Fountain, and then activating one of the Runics to protect her. And then I just activated the Rage to destroy the entire field. And then we just had to go into game 2. The reason why I was saying this is the worst matchup, because your Runic is a deck where you just play so many cards to where you're just, you can just banish an Exodia piece at any time, and then I'm just already in a hugely bad spot. There's only one recovery card for being able to get your banished Exodia pieces back, and that's the Rage. But obviously, it's hard to get to the Rage if you don't have the Unstoppable Exodia on the field to be able to get it for you. The reason where I got greedy is when the Coral Dragon, pretty much when he searched for this card right here, it's when I should have just had the Droll and Lockbird hit the field. So that way, because he drew into a Runic card right here, and then I had to banish the top 2, and then I hit top 3, and then I lost 2 Exodia pieces right then and there. So if I would have, I got kind of greedy. So if I would have drolled when he added a card, I would have prevented my Exodia pieces from being banished. The only reason I stuck into the game is because I actually had the Rage in my hand. I was like, okay, we just got to set this card in the back row. We just have to hope it gets to the graveyard somehow, and we can banish it to then shuffle all 5 pieces or any of the Exodia pieces I have banished. At this point, when I kept getting my cards banished, I had almost 4 pieces of Exodia banished at this point. And then we activate Prod of Prosperity just to try to dig for more answers. It got negated with the Dragon card. But it wouldn't have mattered because, like, by this time, Destruction, pop, and then banish, pop the statue that I had. It just didn't matter because then made a monster to where it just banished my Exodia card. And then I was like, damn, all right, well, we're just going to have to go to the next game. And just to finish up this match, we had Terraforming to be able to search us our secret village of the Spellcasters, which pretty much seals the deal onto this duel. So once I make the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate, we just activate the secret village of the Spellcasters and just pretty much just try to protect or keep Spellcasters off the field as much as possible. And we were able to do that with our you know, Exodia the Fire's Rage. Once kept a spellcaster off the field, now it's pretty much just going to seal the deal in the game because I really could not afford to lose my Exodia pieces. But yeah, you guys, this deck was so much fun. If you're new to the channel, please destroy that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when this deck profile uploads. And I will see you guys in my next video.